Welcome to New Game Plus,
your new place for everything video game and tech related.
And today we're going on vacation.
Vacation?
Well, yeah, it's the 5th episode, the big 05. We're already at the halfway point, so don't we deserve a break? But don't worry, we might be going on break, but we still have some super cool packs to share with everyone else.
Okay, but where will we go? What about transportation, packing?
Don't worry, my friend. The where and how have already been covered. I thought we'd take things digital, so I got this nifty little remote here in my pocket that will send us to a random location in video game history.
Random?
Exactly. As for packing, well, you better grab a hold of whatever you want to take. So,
wait, hold up! Where are we?
Honestly, I don't know. I guess not every single random video game location is going to be a tourist attraction.
All right, can we just get out of here so we can do the news?
Sure.
Attention, please. Please give way to alighting passengers before boarding.
First up, a revival that we've been waiting on for 100 years.
Well, more like a year.
The Avatar fighting game, which was unfortunately canceled last year, has been officially re-announced.
The game is said to feature movement-centric gameplay, a unique flow system, single-player campaign, 12 playable launch characters with more to come, and hand-drawn 2D animation designed to preserve the style and expressive animation of the original series.
The game is slated to come out in the summer of 2026 on all platforms.
If I were a bender, I'd think I'd be an airbender.
Oh please, the only wind you can control are the ones that come out your backside.
Let's keep these good times rolling with our next game.
Once Upon a Katamari is the 7th game in the Katamari series where you play as the prince, or choose among his 68 cousins, in order to conquer the game of Katamari Ball, the galactic sport of choice across the cosmos.
Experience new stages, an amazing new soundtrack, and never-before-seen support tools to help with your rolling.
You can check out the game on October 24th on all these platforms.
I gotta ask, how can rolling a giant ball of trash around be fun?
Sometimes when I gotta clean up, I try and make a game out of it too.
I don't think that's the same thing. Lastly, let's lock and load this final game, which is finally making its way to the Switch 2.
Persona 3 Reload will have its Switch 2 port released on October 23rd.
Join C's, a team of high schoolers with special powers, as they attempt to figure out the cause of the mysterious Dark Hour.
Hack, slash, and summon your way through the remake of this hit JRPG when it drops for the Switch 2.
If I could pick any Persona to have as my own.
Let me guess. Mara?
Not funny.
All right, let's try this again.
Hold on! Instead of just randomly picking a location again, why don't we take a look at our first pack and see if we, like the place they talk about?
All right, I'll hear him out.
Welcome to Ventures with Vortis, a one-off show where we explore the maps of Halo Wars 2. I'm your host, T-Haw, and this is our on-scene tour guy, Vortis. Say hello to the audience, my banished buddy. Today, Vortis is going to take us on a tour through Highway. Let's hit the road. Highway is a part of the Ark, a Forerunner megastructure located far from the reaches of the Milky Way galaxy. Although the Ark is where the rings, which are galaxy-clearing weapons, are built, the actual purpose of Highway is unknown, although perhaps it can be interpreted as a hub for the Forerunners to move supplies through, as hinted at by the name. Now that's enough exposition. Let's find our friend Vortis and get this tour started. Ah, Vortis, there you are. And what is that crystalline formation next to you? Kamiksuru? What an interesting find. Let's get into what Kamiksuru is. Kamiksuru, otherwise known as Subanese crystal or Blamite, is a crystal previously thought to have been exclusively found on Subban, one of St. Helios' 2 orbiting moons. It appears the crystals have made their way to the Ark, or perhaps originated there. Who knows? The crystal is used for warfare, specifically for ammunition and weapons such as the Needler or the Needle Rifle. These crystals make for excellent ammunition due to a phenomenon called Supercombine. Supercombine is when the crystals pierce into their designated target, and then after a few seconds explode, often leading to fatal consequences for their victims. What a great find, Vortis. What do you have next for us? Watch your step. There's a great big chasm behind you.
Our allies are attacking the enemy base.
Wait, the chasm is the next tour destination?
Enemy hero.
Well, that's a bit underwhelming. Even then, the chasms of Highway are still cooler than your normal giant hole. Due to the grandeur and sheer size of the Ark, and it being a structure, the land we have seen is nothing but the surface to a massive underground complex which is rarely explored, mostly due to difficulty getting to the Ark. Bright whitish blue light emits from Highway's lit abyss, leading to mystery, though those on the Ark often spend too much time fighting to explore. Speaking of fighting, I think I have an idea of where we're going next. Ah, the power nodes. Those residing on the Ark can capture these nodes to draw power for their use. Why don't you give it a try, Vortis?
What are we waiting for? Seeing it, they're braver than I thought!
Well, looks like the local wildlife isn't going to let us capture that node so easily. And Vortis isn't as brave as he looks. Let's call the local exterminator. This is a Reaver, the local pest control vehicle that can help Vortis in his current predicament.
The Emulets picked the wrong target.
The node is cleared and under our control. What a great display for our viewers. Well folks, that's Highway for you. Whether it's the beautiful crystal formations, the jaw-dropping chasms, or the well-guarded power nodes, there's so many reasons to come visit Highway. See you next week.
That place does seem pretty interesting, but I personally don't know if it screams vacation to me.
All right, well, in that case, I have another idea.
Sorry, Gabe. Couldn't hear you over the sound of button pressing.
Wait! Where are we now?
I don't know. Somewhere in the UK, probably.
Well, there doesn't seem to be much here in terms of resorts and relaxation.
Oh, look over there. I think that's a local. Try asking them about this place.
Are you sure that's a person? It looks more like an animal.
How incredibly culturally insensitive, Gabriel. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hello there, good sir. Me and my friend here would like to know if there's any resorts, beaches, or any other place where we can pay ridiculous amounts of money to be uncomfortably close to strangers around here.
What'd he say?
I don't know. Maybe there's a bit of a language barrier? Let me try using Google Translate. Ow!
Dude, are you okay?
No, he just burned me. Dude, this place is lame. Let's go somewhere else.
Well, before you push the button, I was gonna suggest somewhere we could go.
I don't know, man. Your ideas are never very effective.
Just walk with me.
Attention please. Please give way to alighting passengers before boarding. Thank you.
Let me introduce you to Anne Orlando. If the Batwing demons just dropped you off, then that means you've got a chance to look at the beautiful view of the entire castle. Coming up through the courtyard, you'll likely come across numerous sentinels, which help to keep the area safe and protected. Just steer very clear of them, and you should most likely be fine. Maybe. Whether it's inside or outside, there are many places to go. For a bit of athletic fun, the castle walls are very climbable, allowing for swift transportation to those who can traverse it. The main tourist attraction is inside of the cathedral. Although it may seem like it's locked up tight, it's actually very accessible. Don't mind those scary looking knights. As long as you're proficient in combat with any sort of weaponry or magic, then you should be let right in. What lies inside the depths of the cathedral? Well, I wouldn't want to spoil the fun of exploration for you, now would I?
I don't know. I mean, it's cool and all, but doesn't seem a little too dangerous to unwind at.
I guess you're right. Well, there's always our next pack. Let's see what area they've got for us.
Yo, what is up? Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Free to Review. Today, we are looking at not really a certain location, but we're looking at several maps that are very nostalgic to me. Today, we are looking at Balloon Tower Defense Battles. Now, last week, we looked at Balloon Tower Defense Battles 2, but this one is a little bit more nostalgic. Today, we're going to be covering a couple matches that I went into. We're going to be talking about how nostalgic this game is. So the first thing you want to do when you start the game is pick a map you like. I picked Snowy Castle since it's one of my favorite maps in this game. Then next I picked the Balloon Chipper because it is from Balloon Tower Defense 5. Definitely my favorite tower out of that game. When you first get into the game, you want to place a tower and then start sending balloons whenever you can. So we come on down to the bottom right here, we can see my towers and the balloons. We want to start sending balloons so I can get more income per round. So here I'm sending the blue balloons, so I get 1.7 more dollars per round. All right, since I am starting to struggle with the balloons now, I want to save up some money and I want to unlock the lightning path, which can hit balloons all across the map. So right here I had to use a tower boost because the balloons were getting a little too far, so I'm gonna have to get some more popping power. Now I got some more money and I got the fire path on the wizard, so we can pretty much melt any balloon we want. So at this point in the game where we have a ton of money, we want to start sending strong balloons at each other to try to take all the lives. Here I had to use a tower boost. I thought I was dead here. I barely survived, and I had to come back a little bit stronger than he did. Bam, I sent a red Moab, which once you pop it, it has 4 smaller Moabs inside. Let's take a look at how he tries to pop it. He pops the tower boost. He has 2 glue gunners, 2 wizards, and a tack shooter down. The Moabs get through, but wait. So instead of the Moabs getting through, our teammate literally just rage quits. Overall, this is a great game. There are a ton of maps that I really enjoy on this game, and I kind of miss, so I might have to come back and play this game some more. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Free to Review. Stick around next week for another episode. Peace out.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's cool, but I'm not really feeling that one either. Guess it's time for the remote again.
I just want to go home. Okay, now where are we?
I don't know this time, dude. Maybe New York?
And once again, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Come on, Gabe. Calm down. Look over there. See, there's a village. Hello, good sir. How are you today? Yeah, I'm not doing this again. Let's go somewhere else.
This place is actually kind of peaceful.
Yeah, I mean, sure, there's not much around in terms of tourist attractions, but I would say it's a perfect place to relax and unwind at. Gabe?
Yeah?
What's that noise?
I don't know.
Gabe?
Yeah?
I don't think this place is all that peaceful anymore.
Yeah, now that I think about it, living in the wilderness is just too hardcore for me.
Gabe?
Yeah?
What's that green thing behind you?
What green thing?
Attention please. Please give way to alighting passengers before boarding. Thank you.
Let's talk about... oh, sorry, hold on. That's better. Now let's talk about Sainijima's palace. Located in the depths of the corrupt Sainijima's heart, this place bends to her cognition. What originally was a court of law now stands tall as a glamorous casino. You'll find that the entire building is lit with dazzling lights and lined with towering statues that show off the pride of the facility, the gambling. At this casino, it's all about power, placement, and of course, winning. You'll find that winning big here takes a little bit more than just getting lucky. What that entails, don't worry about it. As you progress through the establishment, you'll come across our higher floors designed for guests of higher stature, but don't worry, I'm sure I can get us anywhere. Only the biggest winners can make their ways to the top. What awaits those lucky souls? Well, you'll just have to get lucky and find out. This flashy fortress of fictitious promises is the perfect place for any vacation, as long as you're willing to play.
Your idea for our vacation is a casino?
Of course. There's nothing more relaxing and comforting than the thought of being rich.
I'm gonna go ahead and veto that one.
Fine. It doesn't matter anyway. Let's just show the last pack.
Welcome back to the Easter Egg Collection. I am the Easter Egg Collector, and I've acquired a couple of Easter eggs from my collection that I would like to show you guys. A couple Easter eggs from Call of Duty World War II, specifically from the headquarters. The COD headquarters was such an interesting idea from the Call of Duty series. It was a big social space for you and your friends to chill out or to meet new players. It also had many practical uses as well. You can head over to Major Howard to do orders and collect rewards, or you can head over to the Quartermaster to buy supply drops or complete contracts for more supply drops or rewards. The only way to prestige your rank was to head over to the General and prestige him after you reach max rank. And that's also likewise for the Division's prestige. You could head over to the shooting range to hone in your skills, or you can take those skills onto the 1v1 pit to challenge other players and rise up the leaderboards. I could yap on for hours about the current state of COD, but you guys aren't here for that. You guys are here for the Easter eggs, so let's get into it. For this Easter egg, you'll need to head to the highest point of the headquarters. I will warn you guys, this is a parkour type Easter egg and it is not easy. It did take me several tries to get this right. If you follow the path that I take, you guys will get it in no time. Head up here, and we need to reach the top point, so we need to wrap around and hug the wall so we don't slip. And wrap around to the other side of the rubble. Once we reach the rubble, hop onto the rubble, and you will find a sledgehammer. A sledgehammer is the reference to the developers of the game, Sledgehammer Games. Also at the top of the headquarters, you'll find under the hammer is some graffiti saying Kilroy was here. This is a historical reference during the time of World War II, where the American soldiers would draw Kilroy just to mark their territory, saying, hey, us soldiers, we were here. This was spread out through the entire European and Pacific theater. This was probably the first signs of a meme. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Easter Egg Collection. If you don't mind me, I'm gonna head over to the rest and relaxation table in the headquarters. I'm gonna go play some old Activision published games. Maybe Grand Prix. I'll see you guys next time.
And we didn't even get to go on our vacation.
Well, when you think about it, we did get to visit all those cool places, so it was still kind of a vacation.
No, vacations are supposed to be fun and relaxing, and most importantly, no work. We just did an entire episode.
Speaking of that episode, it looks like it's time to wrap up.
All right, fine. I guess there's always next season.
Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment about your favorite location in a video game.
And as always,
We'll see you next week. I know that like. Let the rat pack.
Oui.